As soon as the IPL gets over, there's one thought that comes to each and every IPL lover or each and every cricket lover, that why so soon? There is this big reason why IPL is one of the most enthralling T20 leagues in the world, that each and every cricket fan wants to watch each and every game, and you almost mourn on the finish of an IPL. And that's why I have come up with the top 5 moments of this year's IPL so that we all can together reminisce an exciting T20 league once again. Hello and welcome to Crickpedia, and I hope you enjoy this IPL review. The first moment that I've picked that was for me such a standout moment, it's not something that happened on the field or with some kind of player or something like that. It was because of what all the activities on the field happened. Our BCCI, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, played such a big role in actually making the IPL happen. We all know how much important IPL is for the economy of a country. A lot of money is generated. So many people, have their jobs related to the IPL. How many economical losses can you have if the IPL doesn't take place? So we understood last year when the IPL was not held in April and May that how important it is because it was held in September and October. But this year, BCCI took it to another level. Despite the IPL being postponed midway and all those allegations put on the IPL, criticism that India cannot provide you with so many facilities and all that, and many players even opting out, the BCCI controlled and continued their operations on making this league so successful because they know that how many lives are dependent on this league, and that's why they made sure that the second leg of this IPL is played and the IPL is not cancelled like many other tournaments in the world were. And that's why the entire thing was shifted to UAE. So the IPL happened, and well, it happened successfully. The second standout moment of the IPL was that this IPL in many ways was the IPL for young Indian openers. We always talk about Rohit Sharma, we talk about Shikhar Dhawan, we talk about KL Rahul, they being the standout performers for India when it comes to opening in white ball cricket. But there is a line of so many geniuses behind them. We saw Devdutt Padikkal last year playing phenomenally well. He was scoring so many runs. This year again he scored an IPL century, his first IPL century, batting next to an Indian legend Virat Kohli. Then you saw Ruturaj Gaikwad, 635 runs in a season, Orange Cap. What a phenomenal season when all the heavyweights around him failed. Ruturaj Gaikwad showed that he can play India and he can play UAE equally well. The conditions don't matter to that bloke, and he was phenomenal throughout this IPL. Yashasvi Jaiswal, what about the Rajasthan Royals opener? They didn't perform that well in the IPL, but don't forget that Yashasvi Jaiswal, we heard a lot about him in the Under-19 World Cup, and he just lived up to each and every expectation, opening the batting with Evan Lewis, such a big West Indian giant. And then you feel, what if Evan Lewis takes all the limelight? But that was wrong. Yashasvi Jaiswal took all the limelight. I still remember that 1920 ball 50 against the Chennai Super Kings. Oh, the way he struck each and every ball. You feel he doesn't have the power to clear the ropes, and that's when he hits a massive 6. Then Shubman Gill making his test debut last year. You have all the eyes on Shubman Gill. How does he perform under pressure for KKR? KKR, well, they were out of the tournament literally, to be honest. In the first leg you felt they won't do anything that special. And then Shubman Gill carried so much on his shoulders. And when he lived up to the expectations of Owen Morgan, Brendan McCullum and so many other Indians behind them supporting the Kolkata Knight Riders. You had Prithvi Shaw. His UAE leg was a little patchy on and off, but in the India leg he was superb. The way he used to start each and every match, he knows he has Shikhar Dhawan batting next to him, but Prithvi Shaw was phenomenal. He used to keep on, targeting bowlers. Now there's this one guy that may go under the radar, but I'm going to make it sure that he doesn't go, Venkatesh Iyer. He was not there in the India leg, but when the India leg was coming to an end, in some post-match conference, Harsha Bhogle was interviewing Brendan McCullum, where Brendan McCullum said, watch out for this guy Venkatesh Iyer. He's not playing right now for us, but we are trying to build a player in him, and watch out for him. As the tournament shifted to UAE, you saw Venkatesh Iyer come out to bat, and you felt another inexperienced youngster in KKR's batting lineup. How are they going to perform? And that's when Venkatesh Iyer said, I belong to this stage, just that I was not playing. But once you give me that opportunity, I'm going to grab it with both hands and legs, everything, and I'm not going to leave it at all. Venkatesh Iyer kept on taking down bowling attacks as if he belonged to this place. And the way he swept, flicked it over mid-wicket, hit it over cover. Oh, how phenomenal was Venkatesh. The third standout moment for me in this IPL was the re-emergence of Glenn Maxwell. We all remember how we all loved Glenn Maxwell when he came to the IPL in 2014 and scored so many runs. He was second in the Orange Cap list, and so many times he would cross those 80s and 90s. Yeah, didn't get 100, but you kept on seeing him in those 80s and 90s, and he carried Punjab Kings single-handedly to the final. And well, we realized how important his contribution in that year was. Then what happened in the next few years? He kept on missing out on 50s, not even scoring half centuries. batsman of his caliber, whenever he played for the Australian side, he was scoring hundreds as well in T20 cricket. But as soon as he came to the IPL, you felt, what is Maxwell doing? Has he forgotten how to bat in India? Has he forgotten how to bat? I mean, normally he kept on missing out on shots and his average. And in fact, the worst year was 2020, last year, where he didn't even hit 1 6 in the entire tournament. Glenn Maxwell, known for hitting these massive sixes, didn't hit a single six. He was bought for 14.25 crore by the RCB in the auction, and everybody mocked the Royal Challengers Bangalore, saying, you've invested in a player who has last performed 5-6 years ago and has no expectations that he's going to perform in this year's IPL as well. And then RCB realized that, can we give Maxwell the amount of comfort that we would like to give each and every player in our camp? Well, they did. Put Virat Kohli above Maxwell, put AB de Villiers after Maxwell in the batting order, and that gave Maxwell a solid background around him, where he realized, I have one legend above me, I have one legend below me, I have no pressure. And that's when he performed to his max abilities, scored 6 half centuries in the tournament, was brilliant on the boundary line, and well, took a few important wickets that changed so much for RCB in the tournament. They didn't end up winning, and the wait still continues, but Maxwell's role in this RCB camp was so essential in the entire. Fourth standout moment of this year's IPL, well, it is so much in relation to what the IPL actually poses. That Sanskrit shlok that you read on the IPL trophy, its actual meaning in English is where opportunity meets talent, and it's so appropriate for this fourth standout moment. Who are your orange cap, purple cap and man of the tournament in the previous years of the IPL? The only time an uncapped player won this award was last in 2008 when Sean Marsh won the award of the orange cap. He was uncapped Australian, and you felt, oh my god, what an exceptional thing. But as each year progressed, you saw Sachin Tendulkar win it, you saw David Warner, you saw Chris Gayle, Virat Kohli, purple cap went to Mone Mokkal, Lasith Malinga, all these heavyweights in international cricket. And this year's IPL, well, it actually lived up to that tagline of the IPL. Orange cap to an uncapped Indian batsman, Prithviraj Gaikwad. Purple cap to Harshal Patel. Man of the tournament to Harshal Patel, never played for India. You have all these big awards going to uncapped players who have not played for India when they are standing among so many greats of our game. Do watch out, because this IPL, it's going to be such an important platform for every youngster who aspires to become a cricketer in future. My final standout moment of this phenomenal IPL is the story of two excellent Indian white ball captains, MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli. Let's talk about Virat Kohli first. As soon as the UAE leg started, just a day before Bangalore's first match, Virat Kohli, in a small interview here and there, said that, you know what, this is going to be my last leg as IPL captain for RCB, and from next year I'm going to play like a player because there's so much on my head. A few weeks before that, he announced that this is going to be his last T20 World Cup as captain for India, and then he's only going to captain India in 2 formats, Tests and ODIs. And in many ways, all RCB fans wanted to give Virat Kohli the perfect farewell as soon as he, retires from the post of a captain for this franchise that he's given so much for. Well, every story doesn't end in that fairy tale kind of way, and RCB were eliminated in the eliminator. Despite playing so much of an excellent brand of cricket, Virat Kohli showing the same amount of passion throughout the tournament in the Indian leg and the UAE leg, that you felt, oh my god, I wish we won the title. But the captain in Virat Kohli, well, for RCB, unfortunately that relationship is over. What about MS Dhoni? We all suspected that probably this one is going to be MS Dhoni's last IPL, and we still don't know if it is, because as we know, MS Dhoni doesn't like to disclose anything. That wit and charm of his comes whenever he's answering such questions. He doesn't disclose anything. But still, if it was the last IPL for MS Dhoni, there isn't a better way to end your career, and such an illustrious career as a white ball captain, winning another very big high pressure tournament, the 4th time he's done it. And MS Dhoni, well, the tribute Chennai Super Kings could give MS Dhoni was at its max level. And if he would look at his career, he would almost rate this win as high as any, because he would feel that, you know what, this was one of my last, and my team did everything for me so that I can remember this victory for years to come. And MS Dhoni, the captain, well, once again he showed all those field placements, all those wit and charm interviews here and there, that how cool a player he's been for India, how cool a player he's been for Chennai Super Kings. An absolute Indian legend. Both MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli say bye in their own respective ways. If you enjoy this cricketing fun, do like, share and comment. And do subscribe the channel and press the notification bell for my further videos.